First, we will add a title to this chart in order to identify it quickly. Labels are created by clicking the green tab Elements in the left navigation panel. Click Text Label and drag it to the middle of the top of the gray panel. Click the element in the gray to select it. When selected, it will have a black dotted line surrounding it. Note that an element is selected in the right pane. The Properties tab becomes highlighted with the modification options below in the left pane. In the left pane, double-click in the third row down in the right column described as value where it says Custom Text. Delete the words Custom Text and type Health History, and then hit the Enter button. Observe, the text now reads Health History. The first question is first name. Click the Elements tab, click Text Field, drag the element to the right gray panel in the next line after label. Click the element in the gray to select it. In the left navigation panel, double-click in the third row down in the right column, Custom Text, and delete the words and type first name. Then hit the Enter button. If you want the answer to print in a different color from the question, go to the fifth row down in the right column of the Option Editor and double-click. A small color pick box will appear on the right of the black bar. Click the color pick box and click on the color you want the answer. We will select blue. We will now repeat this step for the last name. Click Elements. Click Date field and drag it into the same line as the last name. Click the element to select it for editing. Double-click in the Custom Text column in the left navigation. Delete the words and type today's date. Hit the Enter button. Again, if you want the answer to print in a different color than the question, go to the Options Editor and double-click. The small color pick box will appear on the next to the black bar. Select blue. The next question addresses disease issues the patient has had or currently has. But first we will create a text label to address the actual question. In the element, select Text Label and drag it to the right gray panel. Click to select the question. Double-click in Custom Text and type, "Do you have or have you ever had any of the following?" Hit Enter. Notice the text wraps and is now on 4 lines. To keep the question as one line, we will change the length of the field where the question appears. Double-click in the right column of the row Element Width in the left navigation panel. We will enlarge the label by typing in a larger number. We will use 300 due to the question is longer. You can see the label is much easier to read. We will use the checkbox to identify yes answers to this question. If the patient checks a box, they have had or they have the issue with this disease. Select the checkbox and drag it into the right gray panel. Select it, double-click in Custom Text and type alcoholism. Hit Enter. We will repeat this step. Click checkbox, select the element, double-click in Custom Text, and change this to anemia. Hit Enter. We have several other diseases to include, and to speed up the process, we will copy the last element we added, anemia. Click the element in the gray and click Copy located in the toolbar above the gray box. Click Paste. Click to select the new element and drag it to where it should be placed. Keep this element selected and go to the left navigation and double-click in Custom Text. Type Cancer and hit Enter. Observe we have duplicated and edited the element to simplify the process. We are going to skip to the next section of the chart, which will be resistance to infection. Select text label and drag it to the next line. Double-click in Custom Text and type, "What is your resistance to infections?" and then hit Enter. The element width on this will also need to be changed. We will double-click and delete 150 and make it 300. Now to add the items we will address with resistance to infections. We will use a drop-down menu. In the left navigation under the elements, click the drop-down menu and drag it to the right. Select the element by clicking and double-click in Custom Text. Type "Catch colds easily" and hit Enter. Scroll down and double-click in the right column of Option 2 and type "Yes." We will change the color of the font by clicking on the black bar below and picking the color pick box. We will need to add an option. Click the Add Option button. Note a new option table was added to the Properties scrolling panel. Type "No" in the blank text field and type Enter. We will change the color to blue. Note we left NA as option 1. We will use the copy and paste to add another item to this portion. Click Copy, click Paste, move the element, select the element. Where it says "Catches cold," where it usually says Custom Text, type "Have frequent sinus trouble" and hit Enter. We will change the label width from 100 to 200 to keep the text on one line. Note the options are already saved from creating the first element.